Case involving faith and students' rights could land a New York middle school in court. Seventh grader Raymond Hosier was suspended today for the second time in a week for wearing Catholic rosary beads to class. The school says the beads are not allowed because they could be considered gang-related. 13-year-old Raymond says he wears the beads as a sign of faith in God. Well, the American Center for Law and Justice is preparing a lawsuit against the school. Jordan Sekulow is with the ACLJ and joins us from Washington. Jordan, 2 suspensions in 1 week for wearing rosary beads. What rights do Raymond and students across the country have in cases like this?
You know, here's the thing. Today, we really are, all of us, we're all Raymond and everyone who stands up for religious rights. The ACLJ, the American Center for Law and Justice, is now representing Raymond and his family in this case. It will now be a case. We sent a demand letter to the school. They have not responded. As early as tomorrow morning, we could be filing a temporary restraining order and injunction against this school district in upstate New York for violating Raymond's constitutional rights and First Amendment rights. You know, in the Supreme Court in 1969 handled this case, we thought, once and for all. And they said in that case that students who were protesting Vietnam could wear black armbands in the classroom, and the school could not ban that because when students enter the schoolhouse doors, they don't lose their constitutional rights. Raymond, under that precedent, is clearly not violating the Constitution. The school district is, by not allowing him to wear this rosary in honor of his brother and uncle who recently passed away. This gang-related policy, all this jargon coming out of the school, is exactly that. But what's interesting here, this school has done it before. 3 years ago, the similar kind of situation where they had to settle with a monetary settlement. So they had to pay a fine to a student who they tried to do this to, but they're obviously committed to eradicating any kind of religious imagery in the classrooms, especially Christian imagery.
Well, I've never heard of rosary beads being confused for gang paraphernalia before. Does the district have a strong case?
No, the district has no case at all. I can't even believe that they're fighting this because they've had to pay damages in the past to similar students. But what you had here is usually these schools, and everyone should know this around the country, they get away with this because most students would just take it off. They wouldn't stand up. Raymond said, you know what? If you send me out of school today, that's fine. Next time you see me, you'll see me in court. And that's exactly what we're doing at the American Center for Law and Justice. Raymond has decided to take a stand on behalf of all the school students around the country. We're happy to be standing with him in upstate New York, where our ACLJ attorneys are on the ground and with the family. But this policy by the school banned any kind of beads. And we've looked at the constitutional issues here. We looked at the school district's policy. Even their dress code itself is unconstitutional. But the ACLU is nowhere to be found, but that's okay because the American Center for Law and Justice is here.
All right. Thanks, Jordan. Keep us updated on how this develops.
We will. Thank you.
Oil from the Gulf